Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, December 27th, a moderately cold day here in the Mid-Atlantic region to close out the work week. High pressure will be in control of the weather here through tomorrow, but then low pressure will develop this weekend over the Gulf of Mexico and ride northeastward towards the Mid-Atlantic coastline on Sunday, causing a soaking rain event along the I-95 corridor on Sunday. In some parts of the I-95 corridor, especially the suburban locations north and west of the big cities, there is a slight chance of a little bit of snow mixed in at the front end and the back end of this upcoming storm system on Sunday. But for the most part, this should be primarily a rain event in D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, and New York City. That'll move out of here by Monday, and then much colder air moves back into the Mid-Atlantic region Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. In fact, by Wednesday, New Year's Day, temperatures could very well struggle to get out of the 20s along the I-95 corridor. Well, let's take a look at the current surface map. High pressure is in control of the southern part of the country and as well here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Again, it will be mostly sunny today and tomorrow with just some moderately cold conditions today and milder weather on Saturday. Lots of moisture. You can't see it here on the surface map, but we'll see it in a moment with the satellite imagery loop. Lots of moisture now gathering itself over the Gulf of Mexico. All of that will ride north and east up the Atlantic seaboard. By the time Sunday afternoon rolls around, we'll have a soaking rain event here in the I-95 corridor between D.C. and New York City. Again, just an outside chance of a little bit of snow mixed in at the front end and back end in parts of the I-95 corridor on Sunday and Sunday evening. This is a rather inconsequential cool front here. There's much colder air building up in central Canada that will work its way south and east, first over the weekend in the northern plains and the upper part of the Midwest, and then reaching the Mid-Atlantic I-95 corridor by the time Tuesday rolls around. And again, we'll be in the deep freeze by Wednesday, New Year's Day. Well, here's the latest infrared satellite imagery loop from the Wisconsin website. Lots of moisture now gathering itself over the Gulf of Mexico. This will consolidate into a strong low pressure system and move out of the Gulf of Mexico over the weekend towards the Mid-Atlantic coastline, giving us here in the I-95 corridor a soaking rain event on Sunday. Perhaps on the order of 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain can be expected, probably the heaviest sometime during the Sunday afternoon time period. All of that pulls out of here by Monday, and then much colder air building up here in central Canada will work its way into the Mid-Atlantic region by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Well, here is a radar loop from the Penn State Ewald site of the southeastern part of the country, just to show where indeed Gulf of Mexico moisture is gathering itself here. In the western Gulf, lots of heavy rainfall this morning, including a few thunderstorms. All of this will consolidate into a strong low-pressure system by the time tomorrow turns around, and then it'll ride northeastward up the Atlantic seaboard on Sunday, causing a soaking rain event in D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, and New York City on Sunday. Well, let's take a look at some GFS forecast maps for the upcoming rain event here. First, we'll look at Saturday evening forecast map. This is using last night's 0Z GFS model run. Saturday evening, lots of moisture down here over the Gulf of Mexico. Still dry here in the Mid-Atlantic corridor, the I-95 corridor. There's high pressure. Will hang on and control the weather, give us a rather nice day on Saturday with milder conditions compared to today. Temperatures could reach 50 degrees in many of the I-95 corridor locations as compared to 40 or the low 40s this afternoon. All of this moisture, though, is starting to make a move and moving northeast. Let's now jump ahead to Sunday evening forecast map. Well, by Sunday evening, a strong low-pressure system just along the Mid-Atlantic coastline. Notice the blue line here, kind of the rain snow line way back up in northern Pennsylvania, western Pennsylvania. Again, it looks like primarily, if not completely, a rain event for the I-95 big cities of D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. An outside chance of a mixture of snow at the onset and also at the end of this storm, but for the most part, there's just no cold air around. It will get milder on Saturday ahead of it. And then much colder air starts to build up in central Canada this weekend. And again, that'll follow and reach the Mid-Atlantic corridor, I-95 corridor region by Tuesday. By Wednesday, temperatures could struggle to get out of the 20s. And finally, here's the forecast map for Monday evening from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run. That low pressure way up to the north and east, out of the picture on Monday, and just very cold air driving south and east, first to hit the northern plains and then the upper part of the Midwest, and then reaching the Mid-Atlantic region by Tuesday. And again, Wednesday, we may struggle to get out of the 20s. Notice the core of this cold air, a minus 30 degrees in the lower part of the atmosphere. This is perhaps the coldest air mass of the season so far, and indeed it looks like the month of January will be quite cold in the eastern half of the nation. So soaking rain event on Sunday, followed by very cold air Tuesday and Wednesday of next week here in the Mid-Atlantic region. That's it for now for the SIweather.com. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.